Show of hands. How many of y'all have faith? Okay, great. How many of y'all have biblical, Holy Ghost, unbreakable, unshakable faith? Show of hands. Well, all right. Now, how many of y'all exercise that faith that you have? How many of y'all step out in faith when God calls you to do so? Survey says, not that many of us. Well, I want to talk today about stepping out in faith, and I'm actually transitioning into a new season of my life where I am called to step out in faith. In one of my previous videos, I'd mentioned that I've been waiting on an answer for God for months, and that was actually based on where I'm going next career-wise. I have a lot of visions and a lot of promises that I'm holding on to, but nothing's quite kicking yet. And so, for the first time in my life, I'm going to be without job security. This week is my last week at the job that I'm currently at that I've had for 8 years. And so I'm being called to step out in faith. And what I have right now financially, this situation is I have a way to be able to make income, which is great. But the trick is this time, it's not stable and it's definitely not secure. Literally, with the decision of one person, I could not be able to pay my bills. Now, I've been praying about this for the last 8 months, and I've had strong faith that God was going to move in a big way. And here this week is, I'm finally leaving the job, but he didn't move in a big way. But the fact that I'm still here is the only proof that I need to trust the Lord my God. Conversations regarding this matter in regards to what I'm doing next and where I'm going are extremely uncomfortable for me because the way that the world works, which is actually the way that I was taught growing up, you don't leave one job without replacing it with another, which is not bad advice, but if that's not what God's telling me to do, then that's not the advice that I'm gonna take. And people are gonna look at you weird, which they did. And I don't blame them. You know, the way the world works, you gotta see things to believe it. And trust me, I've tried to find other ways to, either stay at this job or try to find something else, but all I got was anxiety and depression. Whereas when I stayed obedient to the Lord, I got the peace that passes all understanding and an insurmountable amount of joy. If you want God to move, then you better move. Faith without works is dead. If you don't step out in faith, it's a little hard for God to meet you where you're at and bless you. Trust me, he wants to bless you, but he needs your obedience and your trust before he can do that.